what was your first experience in hacking on something, or starting a company, or just a product of some sort?
My hacking experience, I mean, as far as computing was concerned, friends with Apple IIs, and then I had an Atari 800 of my own, and my first programming was in BASIC, so yay command line of the day and age. But so I got, much like a lot of folks in my generation, I think, who've ended up in technology, I got very interested in computers at 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old age. But I didn't really connect any of that to business or think a whole lot about career or that until a good deal later. I did write a review of a product, a graphics product for the Atari 800 that got published in some magazine. I think it was called Antic magazine. It was sort of an Atari PC enthusiast magazine, and that kind of suggested to me, hey, there's a bigger world out there, and you can have a voice here. And it was, of course, printed, and this was 1983 or 84 or something. But it was cool. I was like, hey, I got published. So I can string a couple of sentences together, and it shows that I have this interest in the area. But I didn't do anything that was like startup-y, I guess, until I got to college, and kind of continuing with the writing and layout and like the interest in technology for communication thing that I had kind of keyed off of going way back. I created a resume publishing service. I had started to figure out desktop publishing. I was like one of the first, I don't know if I was one of the first people, but I was certainly one of a very small set of people like totally psyched about Quark Express and Aldous PageMaker.
Well, how did you?
And I was just like, hey, this is neat. I'm gonna like figure out how to do this in ways that are better than what people are doing in their word processors or Word, and help them sell themselves.
So how did you discover that problem?
Right, college, undergrad at Purdue. Lots of career fairs, and people constantly, I lived in a fraternity, and I was also in a dorm before that, and saw lots of people constantly shining up their resumes and like, I gotta take this thing in, and I got the big interview with Procter & Gamble or whatever today for the summer internship, and hey, Shobe, I hear you've been working on that desktop publishing stuff. Can you help me make this look better? My resume's in terrible shape. And so hey, yeah, you can do this, and you need to maybe use like a sans serif font here and serif here, and back off of the Zapf Chancery over here with your name. And
they're like, what?
And they're like, Zapf what? I'm like, no, just get away from making it look like a Gothic novel. And started to realize that I could see patterns in how people were composing. This is all pre-LinkedIn and all of that. So how you presented yourself was on this 8.5 by 11 sheet of very expensive paper, and I saw patterns and figured out I had it's just me. I couldn't scale it, but I could make some good money helping people improve this, this sales vehicle for themselves. And did a few dozen, maybe 50 or 100 of those before I kind of ran out of steam on it and finally got a summer internship. But it was one of the first things that suggested to me I could just hang a shingle out. I put flyers around campus up on the bulletin boards and said, Ready Resume was I think the name of the company, and I charged some ridiculous thing like $15 for 45 minutes or an hour of work. At the time it seemed pretty good. It was like $15 an hour.
What's interesting is simple as you found a problem and you create a solution. Maybe you stumbled upon
product market fit was right there.
Exactly.
It's like people are like having trouble putting their best foot forward. Crappy looking resumes abound, lots of low hanging fruit. I know some good technology. I have some design skill thanks to academic background and my own interest. Applied to the problem. Had a few customers that took a bet on me. They liked the results. They got jobs, and it led to referrals.
Interesting.
Yeah.